Welcome back, guys. So the new stock is going to pump towards $12.5 and then it will try to dump from there. Let's start with the daily chart, and straight away we can see some major patterns that are forming on the new stock, starting with this one. If I draw this trend line at the bottom part and try to complete a channel somewhere around here, look what is happening actually. From this point when new stock was almost $22, we saw this big fall and then price is actually just stuck in this range. Now this sort of pattern is known as a bear flag, and you can see towards the upside we have $13.3. However, I am thinking that 12.5, which is the 50 moving average in green, will act as a major resistance. So this is one of the bearish patterns that is forming. So if we see from the current price of 10.3, look at this till $12.5, we are talking about roughly 20% pump. Now I will just zoom out of this daily chart and I want to show you another thing. Look at this channel since January 2021. One rejection here, second, third, fourth, and the fifth time we recently got rejected. Look at this candle. This candle, big rejection at this top part of the channel. So yes, this is the second pattern that is actually bearish for the NEO stock. Even recently, look at this pattern that was forming here. Look at all of this action. This was again a bear flag that was forming, and hence the price dropped from the $22, $23 area towards $9, and again we are making a bear flag. But if we continue in this bear flag channel, the interesting thing would actually be that we would cross this long-term channel and try to close multiple times out of this. So this will confuse a lot of investors and they might think that this is a complete breakout and a good bounce is coming, but in reality this is just a bear flag. So yeah, 12.5, 13.3, this is somewhere around where the target is lying for the pump. Now to consider some more scenarios, the continuation of the bear flag might be something like this. We will break down towards the $9.5 support, try to come back up, test this channel again at around 10.5 and just reject from there back towards maybe $5 or $6. So let's talk about some more scenarios. We can again pump towards 12.5, come down again to retest the bottom part of the channel, roughly $10, $10.3, and get a nice bounce. Now this bounce will be actually very important because this would actually mean that we are testing this long-term channel and we are finally breaking out of this and pumping from here. So if we see a nice bounce and continuation towards $14, $15, that might just invalidate this bear flag. Another price action that is quite possible is that price stays stuck between $10, $11 and suddenly we see a breakout towards $9.5, and the same thing plays out, comes back to test 10, 10.5 and rejects from there, continue downwards. So this is another bearish scenario that can happen. Do let us know, what do you think is going to happen? What is your analysis for the NEO stock? Do you think a major dump is coming, given that a lot of negative news around the Chinese stock is already in the market? If you like this analysis, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Hit the bell notification so you are notified whenever we upload a new video. On the contrary, like I said, if there is a major pump towards $12, $13, there might just be a breakout towards 14, 14.5. Price comes down to retest 13.6, which will be the top part of this channel, and tries to continue upwards towards $16, $17. This will invalidate both things, the bear flag that is shown over here and the long-term channel that is here. So these two things both will get invalidated, and that would actually be the time we can safely say that this long-term channel is broken and now we are trying to make a new upward trend. Quickly scanning through the 4-hour chart, we can see that the 50 moving average in green is sitting at 11.38, coinciding with the long-term channel over here. So that will be first resistance, second one being the purple, which is the 100 moving average sitting at 12.58. So these two levels might come into play in the short term, and we cannot talk about NEO in isolation. We have to look at the overall situation of the market. So for that, let's quickly jump over to the Nasdaq 100 on the daily chart. So what we are seeing today is the price was in this strong upward channel, and look at this red 200 moving average on the daily chart sitting at 12.552. Price is trying to hold above this. However, this is a rejection of this trend line, and if this rejection is confirmed, we might be heading back towards the bottom part of this channel, which is currently sitting at 12.293. Also the 100 moving average is sitting at 12.168. So yes, this range of 12.200 to 12.300 might come into play. So if there is a rejection on the Nasdaq, this will be reflected in the stock price for NEO. However, this is not as bad as it seems, because look at this, and if you come complete this channel, we are actually making a bull flag on the Nasdaq itself. So if there is a breakout, small retest, this might actually be good for pumping the markets towards 12,700, 800 area. Once again, to manage risk, we have to talk about the lower levels that are possible. First one I mentioned over here already. Second one will be 12,000 being a very important psychological number, and the price action might convert to something like this, where we bounce from 12,000, try to test the bottom part of the channel and continue rejecting from here. So that would create a bearish pattern and put pressure on the market. Maybe 11,500, 11,750 might come into play. Also look at the daily RSI 61. It went up till 75 and got rejected from there. So still high, the RSI is still high. There is a chance of RSI coming towards the 50 area and trying to bounce from there. That will coincide with the retest of this part of the channel and a bounce over here. So going back to NEO, overall the situation is not looking that great. Even if we get this pump till 12.5, $13, we have to be extremely careful that this might just be a fake out and they might just dump the stock over here, more pushing it back towards the $10. And if it gets even worse, then yes, $9. So do let us know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen? And a kind reminder that the market is extremely volatile. If you are actively day trading, please consider using proper risk management. Thank you for watching.